5,
6,
7,
8,
9.
10.
Yes,
Hey, girl. Hey. What one?
Nothing. How are
Oh,
you? Tired. What's going on? How are you doing?
I really don't have a lot to share with the people today. I just want to say thank you for all the kind affirmations and comments and letters and things that were written after our last episode. Sitting with it, trying to absorb it all. But yeah, just just on the move, on the go over here, child. Wish I had more to share, but that's how I'm
From you
feeling.
crying on the internet?
Embarrassing. I don't know if I've shared this on the podcast, but Antoinette knows that my number one pet peeve is watching people cry on the internet, especially those that like set their phone up and then cry into it. And the fact that I was crying, snot nose, tearing up,
Cry,
wildly
crying and
uncomfortable.
rubbing your eyeballs all hard. I said, damn, she had to reach for a towel.
I reached for that was an old dude like head wrap, like bonnet. That was an old chef's bonnet, as you call it.
Oh, the chef hat?
Yeah. Let's try that. This is what it
Ciao.
was. Look at this.
Oh, if you're on
First of
Patreon.
all, what in the Chef Boyardee?
When did you ever have that much hair? That slips off your head every night. I'm irritated looking at this. You know what that looks like? It looks like the mattress
It looks like a
thing. It
sheet
looks like the fitted sheet. What are you doing? Are you sure it's not a fitted sheet to a very small bed? Are
to
you
a baby
sure?
bed.
Yeah, like
Now,
I
remember
think
when
it
I
might
had my
be.
braids in? Remember when I had temp braids? Mm-mm-mm.
Child.
Jesus, be a protective style for Shanti. How are
Um,
you? Sorry that you're
sorry,
tired.
sorry that I'm yawning. I went to sleep very late last night.
Oh,
Suffered from the insomnia. Yeah, it was weird. I've been feeling sad, and so I've been like, okay, when you feel sad, you got to move your body. So I went to hot yoga, and for whatever reason, hot yoga really energized me. It was weird. I was in hot yoga, and I kept thinking about Miss Pam, and I was like, Miss Pam, are you here? And I was like talking to her in hot yoga because I was finna die in hot yoga. I was on that mat, like we had a different instructor, and so the sequence, like everything was just, it was pushing my body in a way that I wasn't used to. And I was like, I'm finna lay in this mat. All bodies are different. You know how they are in yoga. It's your practice. I said, my practice is finna lay on this mat and stretch. And I literally, something said, Antoinette, get up. I
mm,
swear it did. Because I've been thinking about her a lot.
mm,
And so I got up, child, and so I was energized. I had so much energy. I got home and I had a lot of work to do. I wasn't finished my regular day job work, and I was working on the outline. And I had a little edible, and I took a sativa instead of an indica, and I was up. I was like, whoa, time to be productive till like 3 a.m. And then my phone, of course, started ringing at 7, which really irritated me. But
so you tired?
yeah, so I'm tired. I'm tired. Playing
Um,
fucking, it's not even Candy Crush. Shout out to everybody that knows this game. What is this game? The game is called Royal Match. If you are addicted to Royal Match, I have shame. I spent
you
$20
just did.
last night on Royal
Oh my
Match
God. I forgot about your little
on
game
extra
secret life.
lives. I can't stand myself. I spent $20 on the Royal Pass, and if you play Royal Match, you'll know what I'm talking about. Because I wanted additional bonus features and things. I was just a plan. And so I need to put my phone across the room. But anyway, it's story time. People
Let's
said
go.
I'm
Best
a
friends
good
ever do it. Let's
storyteller.
go.
You
Internet
ready?
story time.
So I was running an errand today after work. So I'm like, okay, I gotta get back. I gotta get back. We had a call at 7:30 rather, and so I'm like, I'm getting home. Now, I'll need to preface this with my phone is holding about a 40-minute charge at this point. This phone said, enough, get a new phone. And so I was like, okay, cool. So last weekend, walked into my phone place. I said, hey, I'm due for an upgrade. They said, cool, cool, cool. We don't have the phone you want, but we can ship it to your house. I said, amazing, ship it to me. Bam, left. Now, what I did not know was that there has to be a signature upon delivery.
Of course.
Well, my buzzer doesn't work.
Tricky.
So UPS kept coming, ringing my buzzer. It didn't work. And then there's a little sticky downstairs. So I raised hell with the phone company. I raised hell with UPS. There's nothing anybody could do. I said, I'll just go pick it up. Where do you have it? All right, can you reroute it to a store? What can you do? Everybody's like, no, 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 no. Like, the best we could do is you can wait it out until they finally say they cancel the delivery. They get it back to us. And then you can come pick it up from you can reorder it and come pick it up from a store. I said, enough of this now. So today, all day, Shanti, I'm on calls going downstairs looking to see, propping the door open, put another sticky and said, hi, the buzzer doesn't work. I'm propping the door open. Please come up to blank floor. All day. They said, out for delivery. Should be there by 2:15. Never fucking came. I'm sick. I'm sick. My phone is not working. I rely on my phone during work. I really do, heavily. And I can't play my Royal Match at night. My phone charger is, the long one that I have is so severed that I really shouldn't have it by any kind of bedding or material, cloth material, because it might start a fire. So anyway, I have my priorities. I need this new phone. I'm driving back up, right? Back to my spot from this errand. And I get a fucking email notification. Sorry we missed you. I said, God damn it. So now I'm like, all right, that's it. It just is what it is. I mean, when I tell you I've been peering out the window, I'm holding my laptop, wait for the UPS man. It's ridiculous. Girl, I pulled up on my block and saw that UPS truck down the block, past my apartment, but down the block, because you know they got to stop at these big old apartment buildings. Pulled up in front of the truck and would not move and waited for the man to come out this building. He comes out and he's like, you need to move up. I have to go. I get out the car. I'm like, I'm sorry, sir. I'm scarfing food down my throat, too, at the same time. I start choking on the piece of chicken I had in my mouth. You know how it goes down the wrong, too? I'm like, and he's looking at me like, get the fuck away from me. You got COVID. Like, what's wrong with you? And so he won't talk to me. He just keeps beeping at me to move my car. And I'm like, no, I'm waving him down, but I'm also choking. This is fucking ridiculous. I'm not making this up. So then I finally go up to him like, sir, you have my phone. And he was like, what are you talking about? I said, I live right down there. You have my phone. You just tried to deliver it. I gave him the apartment number, gave him the building. He's like, okay, where's your ID? Give my ID. My ID has my old address on it. Oh, it's nothing I could do, miss. I said, what you mean? What you mean it's nothing like you could do? And he's like, it's nothing I could do. You know, I was like, well, I can show you some other proof. Hold on. Let me go. I can show you like my car insurance. My this.
Oh, no.
He's not giving me my package. I know my package is in that truck. He's beeping at me to move. I said, this is where I'm going to be irrational. That's why I was flustered when I got on that call, because I would not move. He is sitting on his horn. People are looking. I don't care. I'm like, give me my phone. He was like, miss, I could only give it to you if you're at your building. I said, if I'm at my building, would you have asked me for ID? I'm pretty sure you wouldn't have. I would have opened the door, signed, and you would have given me my package. And he was like, you're not at your building. And I said, sir, walk me to my building. My building is 2 blocks away. If you want to walk upstairs to my apartment so I can open the door and show you that I live there, but I need my phone. I'm not going to have my phone for probably 3 weeks by the time all of this mess is done. Just give me my phone. He's like, do I need to call the police? I said, you really going to call the police on a black woman? We support y'all. We hold y'all down. I went there. So he's like chuckling at this point. And I'm like, you think it's funny that we're causing a scene like this? And you know my block is small. I said, sir, please.
Was it cute?
No, he wasn't. And it probably would have been a little flirtatious if he was cute. I probably could have been like a love story. That's what we tell, our kids or some
Yeah.
shit. But he wasn't cute and he was older. And so finally he was like, "What's your phone number?" And I gave him the phone number. And this motherfucker went in the back and passed me my phone. And I said, "This is a lesson. Cause a scene. Be the villain, ladies.
Ooh.
Fuck that. When
Ooh.
they tell you no, you say yes. Because you're being ridiculous. You got my shit back there and I want it. Okay?
I love that for you, Antoinette.
Thank you. 10 toes down. Got my phone. I have no idea how to set it up. I'm sure I will figure it out.
It's Apple.
And
it's intuitive. It's
I will
already
be
connected to you. You have a
Listen.
chip connected to you. It's just going to
Inside my
become
body.
one with you. Yes, don't worry.
I will be playing Royal Match this evening
Bitch, go to
on
bed.
my new phone.
Look at her. She is into the mic, head tilted, ready, addicted, unwell.
Addicted. I want to play it right now. Anyway, that's my UPS man story. I was a little frazzled and fumbling on our call, but I did the best I could after the commotion that I had caused. It was a commotion. So, let that be a lesson.
Well, listen. Why don't you do us a favor? It's really easy, effortless. Proves you're 10 toes down for us. And review, rate, and subscribe to our podcast.
Wow.
Share it if you can. Tell your people. Listen, those little clips and memes and episodes that you guys share on your social media, it makes it sticky. And we appreciate it. We'd also appreciate if you became a patron on our Patreon, which is a subscription-based platform where you can see us live and in action, makeup off, looking like how God intended, talking our shit. We also have exclusive content that you can't hear just through us talking in your ear holes. So consider this Patreon, www./
No.
Go ahead,
Jesus
Antoinette.
Christ.
I was on a roll for you months and I stopped saying it. I never forgot.
www.backslash.com. Try that. What the fuck?
.org.
You're
.net.
amazing. It's www.patreon.com/around the way curls. Shanti, for all the patrons, do me a favor.
What?
You are sitting so far back that your head looks this big. You already got a small head. Come sit forward. Come closer to the fucking computer. You got to lean back like you in a car.
Ghost riding.
Also,
Ooh.
someone asked if they can purchase it at Sable. That ass. They were like, that hat's cute. I need that. It was a patron.
Look at me, looking like Felicia. I'll make it happen for you, Queen. It's not on site right now. And it's like not seasonal anymore. So no, I'm going to be completely honest. You won't be able to find it. We'll have other hats available, but this is out of season now. Look at me. Felicia. Looking like I could take your girl maybe. Oh. Like I could play basketball a little bit.
Are you being
Is that? I
problematic?
apologize.
I don't know. I can't. I don't know anymore.
It's giving masculine. It's giving study.
What's going on outside your window? Is
Children
everything
laughing. Life is happening.
okay? Is that children? I thought it was dogs.
Wow.
It sounded like little yip yip dogs chirping at each other.
Yip yip kids. Like, I feel really sorry for Jolie in a lot of ways because do you know the delight and exhilaration of running the streets at night in the summer?
Amazing.
My nigga.
Playing
There's
manhunt.
nothing like it. She in the
Nothing.
house hunched over doodling
On her iPad.
on her iPad or
Let
looking at
her
some.
let her get free. Let her go outside.
She goes
Shanti.
outside and no, she don't want to go outside around here, and I'm not sure I want her to go outside around here because she's never experienced touch a girl, freak a girl.
Oh God! I was going to say jump rope? Why would that be?
I'm happy she's not, but also like,
Does she
never
know how
had
to
a-
jump? Could she double dutch?
No. Do you know how to double dutch?
Girl, I could turn. I could get in the rope for 2 seconds and then I'm done. And last time I checked, you couldn't do it either.
I'll double dutch you into a tizzy.
You was trash
I
the
will
last time I
challenge.
saw you.
I
Was
was
hyping shit.
inebriated. I was
You
drunk.
was You were hyped to show me. You
That
was
was
like,
the
get it
beginning
on
of the end, if you
camera.
remember, Antoinette. That was Afropunk 2000 and something.
No, you did it again up here or somewhere in Philly at a block party or something. I'm telling you, and you were like, I'm ashamed. Don't you remember that?
Probably. But then I redeemed myself because I jumped again for with Yaba.
You were all right?
Yaba can't jump either. The
Oh, I
blackest
know.
professional black girl don't know how to jump no rope because you know what?
Tricky.
It's a spectrum, and blackness isn't a monolith.
Amen. Ashe. All right. We're 15 minutes in, so take us to hot shit.
Well,
Making good time.
we want to shout out our patrons from Patreon, don't
I
you?
apologize.
Go ahead, you do that, Queen.
First and foremost, the God, Mr. Don.
Don Dada.
If you know who Mr. Don is, then you know. If you know, you know. If you don't, you don't. But he is the God. He is
The
the
prototype.
prototype. He is the pinnacle of a man. When we say that we're looking for our Mr. Don, that's who we talking about. Okay? And it's no mistake that it's Don, like the Don. All right? That's number one. Alexandria, Darshan, Hayes, Lil filmmakers, Gloria, Leslie, accidentally wrote Gloria twice, so shout out to you
Two
again.
times.
I actually love the name Gloria. I think it's underutilized now. Seriously, Gloria, like Gloria.
It's a
Could you
beautiful
imagine?
name. You're
That's
right.
a beautiful name.
Gloria. Feels good coming off the mouth.
Yeah, makes you feel good, like God's glory. Also, I was looking at the Twitter, even though I don't like to be on there because of Elon Musk. And XD posed a very interesting question. He said, outside of Aretha Franklin, do you know anybody else named Aretha?
Nope. It's
Right.
dead. It's a dead. It's.
Was that anybody else's name? Like, was Aretha the, like,
Of course.
unique
It's
name back then? Aretha? Because it's just so...
unique.
Huh?
I just said unique because I have a
Oh,
Twitch.
I see. But, like, was Aretha, like, a unique
I
name, or did
guess so.
everybody use it?
Was unique the Keisha of her era?
What?
What?
All right, move on.
Wait, is it common? Are you saying it wasn't a you? Okay, you did ask that. Was it unique?
No, I'm
name?
saying it wasn't
a
unique,
Keisha.
so that's
It wasn't
not
a Keisha.
common. Yeah.
Okay. I feel
Okay.
like it was. I feel like it was commonplace.
For real?
Yeah.
Then why don't we know any other Arethas?
The way we don't know no Deborahs. I know Deborahs.
There's mad Deborahs. What you talking about?
I don't know. I have to think about that. There's another name.
Why did all the Deborahs just catch a fucking stray? Relax. Come on, take us into hot shit.
Y'all, TikTok is crazy. Shout out to Bobby Flowers who sent me this via TikTok. Y'all need to look into the author Quan Mills. Let me read some of these titles that Mr. Quan, of the books that Mr. Quan has written. Deadass. I even vetted this. I went on Amazon. These are available in Audible and paperback. Let me read some of these titles. This hoe got roaches in her crib. Old thought next door. Pastors eat pussy too.
No.
This nigga got a small dick. My psycho baby daddy. My psycho baby daddy too. My baby mama is a loser.
What
Gutter chicks do gutter things. Project Hoe Dreams. This is serious. And let
That's
me tell you
not
something.
real.
Yo, yes, the
Shanti,
internet,
no.
they're for sale.
Quan Mills.
They're for
Oh,
sale.
Mills with a Z?
Yes.
It's Mills with a Z. You got to
Dive into the crazy, intense, and imaginative literary universe of Quan Mills, the prolific urban fiction author captivating readers since 2017 with salacious, controversial, comedic, and thrilling stories. With a style uniquely ratchet and daring, his stories have taken social media by storm. Step into a realm where the impossible becomes possible and imagination knows no limits. Welcome to the madness and brilliance of Quan Mills. I gotta see if he has an Instagram now.
Yeah, he does. He has 122,000 followers.
Quan!
Quan needs to come on the podcast. I have so many questions. Let me tell you something. Quan has a 4.44 out of 5 stars on Amazon.
Because
Oh my
we
God. His bestseller is Old Thought Next Door. Look at the, please Google that and look at the cover art.
girl, I seen all. And I ain't gonna act like this is some brand, like this art is new to me. I've seen art like this many times on hood literature. Let's
He's
talk about
also,
hood literature.
he's pumping out these books like crazy. Boys, like 3 books came out in 2022, 4 came out
Listen,
in 2021. How is he writing all this?
pastors eat pussy too. PWUSSY. This nigga
Oh,
got a small
PW.
dick. This nigga got a small dick too. Wow. I done saw some volumes of that before, child. Mm. Well, that's my hot shit.
I'm upset. That is not what hot shit is. That
That's
is
hot to
not what
me.
hot shit was
That shit is
intended to be.
flaming.
We have Mr. Don listening and watching us now. So you better
Mr. Don
tighten up.
probably looking it up to see if it's real too. He probably intrigued too.
No, he's not. He would never do something like that. That angel. I wish I had something to counter. Let me look. I'm scrolling to my phone trying to find something else to push.
Like,
I have nothing.
well, I thought you had some hot shit up there, but
I
I'm
deleted
glad I
it
see
because
you
I
not.
didn't have a good experience yet. Remember
Oh,
I told you?
child.
I wanted to shout out a black business, but they fucked up, y'all. Showed up and they never opened the door. They was closed. Even though I paid my money. They're trying to fix it. It's okay. Everything's okay. We're all human. Everything. Oh, I have hot shit. There is an artist by the name of Hamza. HAMZAA. Bridget Kelly actually put me on to her. And she has a song called Rush Out. And I love her voice. I need to deep dive into her because I don't know anything about her outside of just listening to this single, but it's been on repeat over and over. She's a beautiful soul, and apparently she listens to or heard See the Thing Is, and tagged us and thanked us for shouting out her song. And so she's an up and coming artist. She's got it's an EP out, Rush the EP, but the single is out as well. And she's super dope. And so I want to see her win. And I like her aesthetic too. I'm on her
She
Instagram.
cute.
She fire, yeah. Super cute. So anyway, check her out and please support this up and coming beautiful singer doing her thing.
Hallelujah.
Being courageous, doing her art. So shout out to her. Okay. Would you like to take a break? Lots to discuss. Lots to discuss on the other side of things. Would you like to sing?
After these messages, we'll be right back.
Boop. And we are back. So, as promised, here we are. Politics as usual. Wow. We have to talk about Maui. Let's pause. Because I need to get the clip ready. Sorry. Monty, ignore this. We are not back from break yet. Ignore this. Shanti, can you, when we are back, put that drone in there? I be getting nervous when I got a double multitask, rather.
Why you erase that?
Oh, it was 23 something. 17. Oh God. I just feel frazzled. Okay. Get this ready. Let me disconnect this. I think I have a new favorite newscaster.
Creator is a low-code application development platform that has helped organizations of different sizes to modernize their IT. Build custom
Sheila.
applications for your unique business needs faster using our intuitive drag-and-drop interface. Try Zoho.
I need to get YouTube without ads. Okay. kind of for this. This is a little ridiculous, if I'm being honest.
We have some unfortunate updates from the Maui fires.
girl.
Officials updated the...
Okay. I'm ready.
All right, let's go.
And we're back. So, politics as usual. We have to talk about Maui. Obviously, we all know that there were awful wildfires, fires in Maui that devastated the community. I think I know that the death toll is over 100 right now, still with missing folks. Millions upon millions of dollars, if not $1 billion, of damage. People's lives, everything that, imagine just like yourself, right? This is the shit that I do. Imagine your life, your house, your apartment, all your stuff, everything that you've accumulated over the years, everything you worked hard for, the people that you love in your home, your pets, your memories, your pictures, everything gone in a blink, and you don't even know what's happening. You just see fire. It's something out of a horror movie, and all you can do is get yourself and run. And many people jumped in water to escape this awful tragedy. The Coast Guard was picking people up in boats trying to save them. It's just horrific, okay? Something that the tragedy in Maui is doing is that it's really highlighting the wealth gap that exists in this country, and especially we're going to center Hawaii right now. It's interesting, the coverage on it. You know, there's a lot of people who, when they are covering it, there's a lot of white folks, not native folks, right, to the island being interviewed. It's a lot of like, it just looks like, oh, people were vacationing or they bought a home there, whatever the case is. And it was in the New York Times, they're under fire right now, for lack of a better word, for highlighting a story about a Maui, like a survivor, who they chronicled this person going back to their home and rummaging through basically the ashes, looking for what they consider to be a precious artifact. And it was a Rolex. And so a lot of people were just like, why are you centering these very wealthy people on the island and not discussing, like not focusing in on the native folks that live there who, like, they don't have a fucking Rolex to look for. And the person said, well, this Rolex was gifted to me from my parents when I graduated from school. It meant a lot to me. And I'm sure it does. It's a Rolex. The other person that's under fire, and I want to play a clip because it's going to kind of tie together what I'm trying to get at here, is Oprah. And Oprah went to the island and was seen and videoed, giving out pillows, giving out towels, and even spoke on it. She took to her Instagram to talk about, trying to help folks with their very basic needs and talking to them and trying to figure out what it is that they need. And I don't think, probably haven't said it in a long time, but I've always struggled with Oprah. I respect her. I like her. I know that she's worked hard. I know that she's a force to be reckoned with. But I struggle with someone who amassed that much wealth, even though she does so fucking much in her community, because just like Jay, just like Beyonce, and for whatever reason I can see it more with Oprah, maybe because I'm not, she's not a musician and I just don't overlook it because I love her music and just want to celebrate her. But her very existence as a billionaire is harmful to communities. And I know I'll probably catch flack for that, but I just want to play this clip to try to help explain what I mean by that.
It's completely unprecedented on the island, and coming into focus in the middle of all of that has been this focus on Oprah Winfrey, who came out supportive, wanting to be helpful in the wake of the fire, but in doing so, announced that she had, I think, thousands of acres of land in Maui, which raised the question, why are there so many people who are not Native Hawaiian who are able to buy up so much land when the local population has been pushed to the margins? It's very expensive to live in Hawaii. So much has to be imported to the island. And because of tourism, it can make it very difficult for people who are Native to live there, to ever buy land there, to own homes there, especially when people with enormous means have bought up so much of these islands for their personal recreation. So, do we care more about Oprah offering a humanitarian helping hand here, or is this an argument that she and people like her who have bought up so much of this land shouldn't have been there in the first place?
What do you think about that? As someone who was born in Hawaii, especially.
And my parents very much so were early. Were that early wave of people that were like, oh, let's go to this beautiful place that's, of course, a part of America and live off the land and do this commune type of lifestyle, close to the land type of lifestyle. And my mother still very much romanticizes and looks to Hawaii to be an escape from America and a space where they have the aloha, and like that is a vibe, that is an energy, that is a way of life, it's a way of being that a lot of people come and gravitate towards. And I don't know if appropriate is the right word, given that it's a very much kind of like spiritual being, but definitely gravitate towards and try to adopt into their way of being. So I completely understand the natives' frustration with it. Like, not you coming again and taking my land and destroying my culture and segregating me because of the money that you have and the privilege that you have and the ways in which you can extract resources and continue to extract wealth from me and completely change the dynamic of it's a tourist's it's how their economy, when them people just minding their business, living their lives, the fact that you have such a lush and fertile land that you have to bring items in to maintain the population is so crazy to me. Like Hawaii, you can just throw a seed out and the food just grows. The fact that they're importing food just shows the imbalance in the population, the sustainability, and how these people have been saying this for years from the jump. My mom and my sister, who are white, my dad not so much, but I think he probably was like, what the fuck you doing here as well. But for years, haoles, that's what they call white people.
Haoles?
Haoles. The Hawaiians have been very, very vocal about their dislike for haoles there. My sisters experienced it. Like with the haole, like you as a white person in this native population, you were going to catch some slack. So this isn't like a new wave of radicalism. These people for years have wanted them out. And maybe this is a conspiracy, whatever, but there's lots of discussion about how this is also this demolishing this land, demolishing these infrastructures, although it's terrible, right? It's also an opportunity for developers and for people that have the money to grab the land and to restructure and to completely, your land's gone, your house is gone, you can't afford to rebuild. We can. And we are. Here's whatever money you have to replace that, or I'm just going to take it from you because you don't have your insurance can't afford. You don't have the insurance claims or whatever the fuck tactics these folks do to do money grabs, and that's what a lot of natives are terrified of and suspicious of in the first place. That the best way to resettle is let me burn this shit down.
Wow. I hadn't heard that, but I don't, it doesn't surprise me that folks have that kind of suspicion. It's not like this country hasn't done that before where they've burned things down and claimed it as their own and repurposed it
They just
And
fucked up the rules. Oh, you don't have the insurance for it. Oh, you don't have the papers for this. Oh, you can't prove it's yours. I can prove it's mine. Let me buy you out. Let
mm,
me remake this entire city.
mm. I want to make sure that I should have done this before, but that clip, that's Brianna Joy Gray. Brianna, Brahna. She's fantastic. She is on something called Rising, and it's the Hill. The Hill is a publication,
Hmm.
but they also have a YouTube channel, and her co-host is Robbie Sauvé, and he is more right leaning. You can tell it by some of his commentary, and she's just so sharp. She does not let him get to her. She just states fact. She's poised. She's brilliant and thoughtful. And I want to see her on like huge platforms. I'm really championing this girl. I'm like obsessed with her. I hope that they don't come out and say that she fucked up too. But I spent all day listening to her. So I just want to say, Blue, get down. What the?
Oh, no, the
You
loose
just
beam.
knocked that. I'm so sorry. My cat is just jumping on the desk and knocking. She just knocked my vitamin C powder all over the floor. I'm gonna ignore it for now. Looks like cocaine. Okay. Uh, moving on, but staying on Maui. It doesn't shock me, especially since President Biden is under fire. Joesph Robinette fucking up. It's getting tricky for Joey. That's what this episode maybe needs to be called. Get tricky for Joey. Joey took 4 days to respond to the wildfires in Maui. Now, we need to be very clear. In case you were not aware, Hawaii is definitely a part of the fucking United States of America. It is a state, okay? Now, a lot of people are likening this to Trump and Trump's response to Puerto Rico. That was, I think, terrible as well. And some people are like, well, Puerto Rico's not a state. Well, it's still a fucking colony. So that's tricky and sad in and of itself. But Joey is dead ass wrong for this. It took him 4 days to respond to the wildfires. And then there's a clip of him being asked by reporters while he's vacationing. He took a little breaky break in Delaware, and they're asking him about the wildfires. And I don't know if he heard them right because of everything going on with his son, Hunter Biden. We'll get into that. But he said no comment. And it's like, that is the most softball question. What do you think about what's happening in Maui? My prayers go out to the families. We're looking into how we can help them. All of our any resource they need, they will have it. Like, that is the easiest question. And he couldn't respond appropriately, which is just, I don't know if he was not briefed. I don't know if he couldn't hear them.
Briefed? Briefed on compassion, empathy, on concern?
Does he know what was going on over there? Like, what's happening, Joey? I know you're on vacation, but
Joey.
you got an iPhone, I'm sure. Anyway, then he went on to offer $700 one-time $700 relief payment, and
To go
states
where? To do what?
anyone and everyone who has lost their family members, who have lost their possessions, their home, they find themselves unhoused, that need aid. $700 one-time payment. The disrespect. He goes on to say, we're laser focused on getting aid to survivors, including critical needs assistance, a one-time $700 payment per household, not per person, offering relief during an unimaginably difficult time. So now, many compared this offer unfavorably to the $113 billion in aid that the Biden administration has sent over to Ukraine since February 2022 in support of the war effort, with a further $200 million approved just this Monday. Okay? So this is what a native Hawaiian? What do you say? Hawaiian. Girl, shut up. Anyway, can someone please explain how our government can send hundreds of billions to other countries, but chooses to pinch pennies when it comes to our own people in need? An entire town on U.S. soil has been destroyed overnight, and the best our government can do is $700. This is and I wish I had their name. This is a person who campaigned for Biden on Hawaii. That's what they stated. Now, I wouldn't be me if I didn't play devil's advocate, even though I'm really pissed about this. The devil's advocate approach is that folks are saying that Biden helping Ukraine helps prevent World War III, basically.
Oh my
and
God.
That, listen,
Get the fuck out of here. Sorry.
I actually don't disagree with that. I think that if Russia beats Ukraine and takes Ukraine over, that spirals into something else, because that then empowers China, that empowers Russia in a very different way, and they also have so much influence on the East and in Africa right now that it's getting very tricky, and it's getting hazy. So I think it's a very delicate dance where we are participating in a proxy war. We're at war. We're just not saying we're at war, but we're absolutely funding this war in order to prevent other things and for our own fucking interests. That's the devil's advocate approach. I think that this is absolutely disgusting, this $700 payment. And, Trump responded, and then I want to let you talk. Trump responded with like a 2-minute long video on his Truth Social criticizing Joe Biden for this. I don't give a fuck about what Trump is talking about, because honestly, the whole, stop. Like Andrew Bates said it best. He was like, we won't be lectured by Republican officials in Washington who are doubling down on denial of climate crisis that is devastating the red and blue states, who attempted to slash the wildfire response budget, and who defended the Trump administration cutting Puerto Rico off from hurricane relief. Shut the fuck up. But the White House also points out that the response on the ground with FEMA have brought 5,000 meals, 75,000 liters of water, 5,000 cots, 10,000 blankets. The Coast Guard and the Navy's Third Fleet supported the response efforts, and the Marines provided Black Hawk helicopters to fight fires. All of that feels like the bare minimum from the richest country in the world that has enough money, has enough billions of dollars to send over to Ukraine. I feel like you agree.
Oh yeah, I think it's ridiculous. I don't really have much to say. I will say, to be careful of in my opinion, it's straight propaganda to think that America is the one that's helping to prevent World War III.
That part.
That's straight propaganda. What? Are you fucking kidding me? If China and Russia wants to beef up and start some shit, are you kidding me? Yeah. Girl. Whatever. Sounds
elaborate.
Get the fuck out of here.
What you mean? But are you kidding me? You're not finishing.
I think it's just propaganda to think that America has that much power. Number one, and it is the big. What do you call that? What is that? In the Oz, this identity that America has had and has built since the 50s around being this
the moral kind of compass.
Yeah, we're making the most money at this time. We're the richest in the nation. We're the best. And this idea that America is the best in the world, and don't fuck with America. And we're keeping it all together. And our morals and our sense of democracy and our fairness, we are trying to maintain that and establish it in all of these barbaric, communist, irrational, violent nations in the world. And we'll do whatever we have to do to come and uphold that. Meanwhile, fucking Afghanistan, we just completely, what was that all about? They're right back to where they were when we started, and we wasted all of that money and time and lives and upended and really just traumatized those people. Yeah, America's track record, I don't believe this notion of we're trying to keep democracy and we're trying to keep the peace. To me, that's straight doublespeak. And similar to what you said, there is a very strategic reason why America is supporting Ukraine. And I don't know it's because they want to keep the peace. They want to keep some kind of power. They are doing whatever they can to maintain it. But I think Russia and China scare the shit out of America.
Absolutely.
And I think Russia and China know that they scare the shit out of America. And they're like, oh, actually, you guys are not what you say you are.
Throw
And
North
eventually,
Korea in there too.
you keep barking at us like we've been spending a lot of time putting a lot of things in place. And it's not out of fear of you guys. And it's not out of defense at this point. Some point they're going to be the aggressors, and I think America knows that and is doing whatever the fuck we can to, one, keep this air of like, oh, we're the strong folks, and to do whatever they can in the global strategy and politics to like maintain this sense of power that is going through our hands like quicksand, and we are seeing it as the citizens. The infrastructure's falling apart. Our health, like, it's just, we're in trouble. We're in trouble, and I think the world is watching us in a lot of ways, and we're trying to hold on and maintain, but, yeah, I don't know. But I don't know if we're keeping it from World War III. If it's going to go down, then, baby.
I think the final straw will be if China invades Taiwan. That's when all hell's going to break loose. All right. I'm trying to not be super leftist on this podcast, so we're going to get into Hunter Biden as well, all right? We are going to criticize the left and make sure everybody's in the know. Hunter Biden. This is Joesph Robinette, Biden's son. Hunter Biden is a headache, child.
Hunter, he is just... Kendall, sit down.
Listen, I'm going to try to break this down in the simplest of ways. Hunter Biden has been a target of the Republican Party. He has been under investigation. Now, the idea is that Hunter Biden was overseas making a whole bunch of money using his pop's name, doing corrupt shit. Okay, that's the easiest way to break this down. They're trying to figure out if Joesph Robinette Biden knew he was doing that and was willfully participating in it while he was vice president during the Barack Obama presidency, wielding his power with his son overseas to make money. So far, they have not uncovered anything linking Biden to knowing that his son was doing this. They also haven't proven that his son was actually doing this, even though we kind of all think he was. All right, so the counsel, David Weiss, is the prosecutor. So this is a attorney appointed by President Trump. All right, this is a right-wing Republican dude. He has been prosecuting, coming up with a case against Hunter Biden. Now, they said that they reached a plea agreement because he didn't find a smoking gun to put this dude in jail and so they reached a plea agreement. Now, part of the plea agreement was an immunity clause saying basically once Hunter signs this agreement, we will no longer prosecute him for any of these crimes. It was like 2 misdemeanor tax violations, and he had lied about using drugs when he purchased a gun. Okay?
Oh.
That was what they got him on. So he was going to sign this plea deal and say, okay, cool, I'm taking a plea deal, no jail time, pay my fines, do my community service, whatever the case, and then y'all can't investigate me anymore. You have to leave me alone. The judge looks at this plea agreement and says, hold up, wait a minute. Y'all thought I was finished? He said, this immunity deal is fucking crazy.
Why?
Because nobody gets immunity, and no, you should be able to prosecute. If I find out something else about you, I'm going to prosecute you on it, especially since what we are investigating has nothing to do with guns. It has nothing to do with drugs. It has to do with what the fuck you were doing overseas and if your daddy was involved in it. So this wide-reaching immunity was viewed as a sweetheart deal, meaning this was all in favor of Hunter Biden. Now, that sent red flags off to the Republican Party because they're like, hold up, David Weiss is one of us. He was a Trump appointee, or appointed by Trump, rather. So make this make sense. Why is he giving Hunter this great deal. The judge squashed it. Judge said, you know what? Well, really what happened, the judge put pressure on David Weiss to explain why that immunity clause was in it. David Weiss switched up when questioned and was like, oh, no, the immunity isn't that wide-reaching. It's really just immunity based off of the charges that we're bringing him up on. Like, we won't look into his taxes and the gun anymore. And Hunter was like, that's not what you told me.
Oh, God, tricky. Listen.
And so the judge said, you know what? Y'all are embarrassing yourselves because this is a very highly publicized case. You came into my courtroom unprepared, saying that you had a deal. You don't have a deal. Go back and figure it out. They cannot reach a deal. So now Hunter is like, fuck it. We going to court.
Oh.
Terrible for Joesph Robinette Biden. Because here's the deal. So once this happens,
Kendall.
He's a mess. Once this happens, David Weiss then goes to the Attorney General and says, hey, make me a special counsel. Meaning, he's going to have more power and more wide-reaching, like overarching power to investigate. He can move more independently than he was before. And Merrick Garland said, okay, cool. Go ahead.
Merrick Garland?
That's the Attorney General. Sorry. He said, whoever he asked, it doesn't matter. I don't want to complicate things with names.
Merrick in them
I know.
now.
Stop. So I'm trying to explain this simply. Are you following me? So when he asked to be a special counsel, this is the prosecutor dude. He was granted. They said, yes, go ahead. So now you have Joesph Robinette Biden's, okay? His Justice Department has a special investigation into his son. This is the first time in history.
That sounds ridiculous. That doesn't even sound like that makes sense.
And it's the person investigating it's not a Joesph Robinette hire. It's a Trump hire. And the idea around this is that Joey is like, okay, you know what? I'm going to stay out of it. He doesn't comment on it because he's like, his main thing is everybody needs to follow the same laws, right? Especially since Trump is being indicted. And we got to talk about how many indictments. He just got some more. I told you it was coming in Georgia. I damn near orgasmed when that came out. It came out at like 1 o'clock in the morning. I was like, oh. So now his Justice Department is investigating his own son. But the person leading it has a whole lot of independence and is a Trump appointee. So this kind of makes Joe look impartial, right? Because he's the person that he's leading with his integrity. He's positioned himself as the saving grace of the White House. He's going to restore it back to what it was. And like people are saying, well, this Joesph Robinette doesn't have any indictments. It's his son. But if they find some shit on Joe, it's going to look so bad because he's positioned himself as like this moral compass, right?
This is terrible. And this is what we have leading our country. This is what we have to look forward to.
Well, that's not fair because Joey has not done any. Let me finish. He has not done anything. That's like if your child starts to run amok, people going to be like, oh, well, don't support Sable. That's not fair. It's not you, right? So
there is no way that they're not going to reflect that back on me. There's no way that you as a person is not going to be like,
that's
damn.
my exact point.
Ain't no way in hell.
But we know that Hunter has had some issues now with substance abuse and mental health and all that. Hunter's been struggling for a while and Joey's been trying to help him. But here's the deal. This is crazy. Okay? But the thing that frustrates me the most is that Trump is a real fucking criminal. But because he's positioned himself as a victim, his indictments his base digs down deeper. You're attacking him. The Justice Department is attacking him.
Yep, it's all about the narrative.
It's all about the narrative.
They did a job, boy.
Listen, the Republicans are brilliant when it comes to narrative. The Democrats never have their messaging or their narrative together. They're just not as cunning. They're just not as. They're not as awful.
They just don't have their message. Ouch, girl. All right.
they're just not as smart. They're not as cunning. They're not as awful. They're just not as savvy as these damn Republicans. It blows my mind. And check this out. Then I'll shut up. The Republicans are saying that David Weiss, the Trump appointee, has been compromised. I'm like, how can you be compromised? He's supposed to be nonpartisan anyway. He's supposed to be just doing his job. It's not supposed to be about politics. They're saying he's been compromised because they're like, well, why did he offer him such a sweetheart deal? The Democrats got to him. There's no way that he would have offered that if he's not working with them on their side. So they're pissed about the special counsel appointment. So you have a Trump appointed attorney listed as the special counsel looking into Hunter Biden and Joey, and they're still not happy, and they're still saying that the Democrats are corrupt by having David Weiss as the leader.
Said he's a turncoat. They felt it. They said something right here.
It's brilliant. It's absolutely brilliant on their part. So whether they get him or they don't, they've won. If they get him, they were right all along. If they don't, the Democrats got to him.
We should have a whole episode on how the Democrats should change. What can they possibly do? We should have people. I'm gonna just watch because I don't know nothing. But we should have some people that have some real insight to be like,
grr.
Because
did that make sense?
You got white supremacy and capitalism. Like you can stand 10 toes down in the Republican rhetoric because it aligns perfect. Like it is the foundation for white supremacy and capitalism. Put yourself with the bootstraps, niggers.
Oh,
get it together. Like, what are Republicans gonna say to that?
I don't know. Trump got indicted again.
Oh boy,
we don't need to talk about this.
This nigga.
Look it up, y'all. This is Joesph Robinette week to get flamed, but couldn't let the week pass without talking about Trump getting indicted. He got indicted again. In Georgia. RICO, and the best part about this, well, there's two best parts. Not only did Trump get indicted, but 18 others got indicted. Some heavy hitters and some not so heavy hitters. And in a RICO case, the idea is that you get all the motherfuckers from the high level to the low level, and then you take the low level people and you flip them. And there's so many low level people involved in this indictment that the chances of them flipping them are very high. Very high. And that just makes me wet. In addition, it's poetic justice that it's a RICO case and that Rudy Giuliani is also indicted in it because he is the lawyer that made RICO so famous here in New York by getting rid of the mob. He's the RICO man. And then to be brought up on the charges that you basically created. You kind of helped create RICO. You made it a standard. Oh, it's just beautiful. You can't ask for more than that. So look that up, folks. Shout out to that black woman. I cannot remember her name off the top of my head.
She had Young Thug,
What's her name? Say her name.
I don't know. Apologize to that
come on.
For not being able
The
to say
VA, Georgia, RICO. Hold on one moment. We don't have producers. This is us looking this shit up after work. Fannie Willis.
Come on, Miss Fannie. Come on.
Not to be mistaken with Fannie Lou Hamer. Let's go, sis.
Fannie, she got a relic name. She got a real. Talk about Aretha. Where the Fannies at?
Strong ass name, right? Shout out to her. She's brilliant. She's done these cases before. She's prosecuted these cases. This was a 90-some page indictment. I ain't read all that shit, but boy, was I happy. I love it. But Trump is still the victim, and he's still the front runner for the Republican Party to lead the ticket.
It's all about the narrative. It's all about the marketing.
Speaking about narrative, ready to get into this?
Let's go.
Pop culture, The Blind Side. Now listen. Did you see The Blind Side? The movie?
No, but I knew something wasn't right with it when I was younger. I said, I'm not invested in this.
Let me tell you a story. My mom came home from the movie theater and she said, this movie was amazing.
White mom.
Oh, my white mom said, oh, it's just a story about loving people. They didn't see color. They just saw a kid that needed help. And look at him. Oh, it's going to win awards. I'm telling you, it's so good. Now listen.
Win awards did.
And what's her name? Sandra Bullock won her Oscar. Now I don't believe that she needs to give it back. Black people going too far. She told a good story.
Anybody involved, but then it's tricky because Sandra also has her story of adopting a black child.
We're gonna get.
I'm about to say not the meta.
We have to first say what happened. Okay, so here's the breakdown. The Blind Side story, if you're not aware, is about Michael. Or that's how you say it. All right, this story is so fucked up. I'm not laughing. This story is fucked up. This young man came from, I believe it was Memphis, in the projects, in and out of foster care. Ran away from foster care so many times because it was a bad situation. The system finally gave up on him. 3rd grade comes around and he's like, you know what? I have to get focused or I'm going to end up like everybody in my environment. Starts taking his ass to school. Lived on the street, like fended for himself. Like the story's crazy. He had athletic ability at a young age and became a football player and a very good one. Has a ring, won a Super Bowl with the Baltimore Ravens. Shout out to them. Okay. Now, along the way, a white couple who also has, I believe, 2 biological children, white children. They saw this young man and was like, let us save you. We are here. We see you. We see the potential in you, Mr. Savage. We're going to take you in and provide you civilization. Because that's basically what it is. Because the craziest part about the movie and that I didn't see, because I was like, that's not my type of white people saving the world. It's more like Avengers shit that's not, you know, like I'm not with this kind of white saviors. Avatar, I even though
love
Avatar
and the indigenous
tricky
colonization.
But Avatar was trickier for me, but the Avengers never get rid of it. So they take him in and they basically look at him as like, you're a savage, we can save you, but we not only can we save you, but we can make money off of you. So then now according to the movie, they told these people this man was mentally challenged. That he couldn't hardly read.
Who they tell that to?
He couldn't write. This is how his character was portrayed in the movie. He was deeply shy and wounded. I wish I had a clip. If you just listen to 2 minutes of that, the actor playing him in the movie, I would have been so offended. Michael was like, I can read, I can write. There's nothing like mentally delayed about me. And the fact that they spew that narrative was like weird. Okay. So he thinks that these are his adopted parents. Come to find out, this man is 37 years old. He just found out that they're not. That instead, the papers that he signed, a little past his 18th birthday, he signed a conservatorship. The same shit Britney Spears signed. Basically saying that they have the rights to him. To make all his financial decisions and all, and, you know, sell his likeness and everything out. He is saying that he did not make money from that movie. They're saying, oh, no, we split everything evenly. Their biological kids have come out and said they made hundreds of thousands of dollars off the book alone. But nobody knows how much money they made off the movie. These people saw the potential in this young man and literally had him sign over his life. And he was like, there were plenty of families that did stuff for me. Yes, I'll never take it away that they gave me time, attention, they helped me. But like, this narrative that they were like my savior is just not true. And now they're still profiting off of him. Still to this day. This is evil.
This reminds me of the 2 white women, Jennifer and Sarah Hart, who adopted those 6 black kids.
The
starved them. These children reached out multiple times to talk about the abuse and were sent back to them until they were driven off a cliff and murdered. These kids that was the picture of him hugging that cop, that iconic picture of him hugging the cop. Listen to me.
Where he said more hugs or something like that, the little baby boy.
And his faces of desperation and just like completely like, are you kidding me?
This is nuts.
This is evil. It's like, it's that same level of evil.
Yeah, it's the same college. It's the same. Whatever is in folks to go over and take people's land and push them aside, and then it's the same thing that you can see someone and commodify them.
And that's the word. Because they're not human. That's how you do it.
You're not human.
You're not human.
You are a means to an end.
And it's probably so in their bones that they're not even aware. It's not like a maybe it is. I don't know.
Oh, they're aware because it's narrative. They were wise enough in that movie when they sold those movie rights to make him out to be a babbling buffoon before them. They knew that needed to be in there, and it's not even true. There's too many clips today, but
why he just realizing this now?
Why he just
speaking about this now? How old was he when the movie came out?
Like, I don't know. How
could he not be aware of that not being?
Wait. He's been consistent when that movie came out that was not a correct depiction of him. From day one, he was like, that is not, but he wasn't really involved with it. They were. He wasn't. That's his life story.
What about the promo of it?
Conservatorship, baby.
Wait a minute. I don't understand.
He has been consistent in saying, that is not how I am. He even said that there were players on his team who thought he wouldn't be able to learn a playbook because they thought he couldn't read. And he had to be like, excuse me, I'm actually really intelligent. And yes, I can read. And I actually was really disciplined. And I got myself here too. Like, I actually did pull myself up by my bootstraps. Yes, I had help from this family, financial help and access to things. But it was me who was determined. They didn't have to force me to come to the field to practice. They didn't have to force me to go to school. I wanted it. I just needed a foundation. He had it in him. Again, it's narrative. It's fucking narrative. They changed the narrative on him.
And he didn't realize that it was a conservative.
No, he thought these people adopted him.
February 2003. It says, a prominent Memphis couple with a long-standing relationship to former NFL player Michael Orr want to end the conservatorship that he's challenging in court. They intend to enter into a consent order to end the conservatorship. He should get so much money. He wants a full accounting of assets, considering his life story produced millions of dollars, though he says he received nothing from the Oscar-nominated movie. What in the slavery? He accuses the toys of falsely representing themselves as his adoptive parents. Until February 2023. Oh!
Imagine
that was hurtful and part of a shakedown attempt. Now you're going to try to make him...
Yeah, now they're playing. What are they doing? They're playing the victim. They're Trump playing the victim. Man.
Wow, white people are crazy.
We tried to help him. We brought him into our home, the savage. That's their narrative. It's all about the narrative. That's the name of the episode.
Dumb, dangerous black boy.
It's sickening.
Prayers to him. That's so hurtful and so... You don't have a safe... Even when you think you have a safe space, you don't have a safe space in the world. The trauma and the pain he might be dealing with.
Can't imagine.
Blessings and healing onto Michael Orr, my brother. I hope you get all that money.
I hope so too. They should be locked up. And they had him sign it like very, very close after his 18th birthday, because he's an adult then. So he can't even say, oh, as a minor, they confused me. So fucked up. telling cunning, strategic, evil. I don't know what the thing is in a person that can allow them to do something like that.
It's
And I
just
don't
in them.
ever want to know.
I don't think they even know. It's just in them.
All right. Oh God, go ahead. You got this next one. You're crazy.
Did I write that? I didn't write that.
I added it because you said it. You said you wanted to talk about it.
Now, somebody done posted about Obama. They told us that they wanted us to talk about Obama might be a little bit gay. So, Obama allegedly, what do you call that? A biographer?
His brother. What you talking about? Oh, a biographer. His brother tweeted stuff
A
too.
more than 40-year-old letter to an ex-girlfriend recently resurfaced after Obama biographer David Garrow gave a long and winding interview on the one-time commander-in-chief. So somehow or other, this biographer then got his hands on a letter from 1982 that Obama sent to his white girlfriend. Of course, she gave it up. Michelle would never.
White people catch a hell this episode.
He wrote about his own androgynous mind. This is what he said. I quote in the letter that he sent to Alex McNear.
Is this letter has this been verified that he wrote this?
Yeah, man, they have an image of it, I believe. But I believe anything that's on the internet.
Verified. Has Obama said, yeah, I wrote that?
No, but I think what's her name said I did. I received it. She done gave it to somebody. Alex is the one that done gave it to somebody.
All right,
and anyway, if it's true, it's true. This is what he said in quotes. In regard to homosexuality, he's poetic. I must say that I believe this is an attempt to remove oneself from the present, a refusal perhaps to perpetuate the endless farce of earthly life. What does that mean? You see, I make love to men daily, but in the imagination. He was 21 years old when he wrote that. My mind is androgynous to a great extent, and I hope to make it more so until I can think in terms of people, not women as opposed to men. But in returning to the body, I see that I have been made a man, and physically in life, I choose to accept that contingency. It's actually giving a little homophobic, if anything.
What? Wait, what?
This is giving a little homophobic. He's basically saying, I got these feelings inside of me. I imagine it, but I feel like it's stopping me from being a human and doing the full, I don't know what farce
is that
means.
what you heard?
Yeah, and that because he's in this male body, he's going to do what a man should do.
Oh, so that's how you heard.
A farce.
I'm having a problem hearing you because your goddamn computer fan is so loud right now. We gotta get you a new computer, girl. That shit is like. I'll be honest. You gotta speak up. Yeah, it's really loud right now. That's also why I asked you to come closer to the computer. That joint going crazy right now. You had it on too long.
He said, and he wants to transcend the body. He doesn't want to think in terms of gender, right? So he has some radical thinking there. But he says when he returns back to his body, he's been made a man, and physically in life, I choose to accept that contingency. So I'm a man, so I'm going to do what men do, basically, is what he's saying. And he said that, I didn't know what farce means, but I have it here. He said,
a farce. You know what a farce is. Something that is a farce.
But I don't understand why he uses that. A refusal. I must say that I believe this is an attempt to remove myself from the present. A refusal perhaps to perpetuate the endless farce of earthly life. What does that mean?
Move on. I'm done with this. I don't care if Obama gay or not, or bisexual, whatever the hell. I think if anything, I was more impressed. I said, that's why I like you.
I give it to you, but I don't know if he's being homophobic or being a little gay. Maybe the two things can exist at once, child.
I feel like I know gay people that are still...
Listen, there's been a lot of conspiracies about Obama being gay, so...
Have there?
Yeah.
What YouTube channels are you on?
The Deep Dive Tunnels. My parents. I have the direct link to my crazy parents, so I
I'll
hear
be
all types
honest.
of stuff.
Yeah, this didn't. I could care less about this. I saw it and was like, "Oh, all right."
I think
He
more
with
than
Michelle. You
anything,
love Michelle. Cool.
I think more than anything, it's not that. It's the outing. If he were, if he were to have been the one to say that, it feels like an outing almost. Like why are we privy to this his interior? Why did that woman give that up? Why did this
Oh yeah.
biographer choose to share it? If this feels like
When in doubt, the white woman was wrong. Say less. That's all you had to say. Agreed. You ain't had to share that personal information. I wonder what she got for it. A couple thousand. What'd you get? Who'd she give it to? TMZ. Who'd she give it to? Like, girl, sit down. Ain't nobody know you. Ain't nobody think about you. Like, for what? That's my thing. For what? I wonder if Trump's people paid for her to do that.
oh,
Listen, you watch House of Cards? Shit goes down.
Obama and minding his business, living in the lap of luxury. He another one that be in Hawaii all the time. He
He
another colonizer on the low. Even
wasn't
if he
he
was
born
born
in
there. I don't care. His
Wait.
family, well, he ain't a Hawaiian.
Well, he kind of is though. If he was
Not
born there.
indigenously.
No, not indigenously, but you're a Hawaiian.
I
Technically,
need
you're
to go
born
back.
there.
Yeah, let me go back there.
They will
Claim
probably
my
accept
land.
you. Brown privilege. You're
I'll say
welcome.
aloha.
They're gonna be like, all
Let me
right,
get
come
some
on.
of that.
All right, last but not, oh no, there's two things. I don't care as much about the other thing. I just thought it was funny. KeKe. I don't really care about this. KeKe is in Usher's new music video, starring as Usher. And the name is called Boyfriend. It's the name of the video. I think this is brilliant. If it's anything KeKe gonna do is make $1 and capitalize off of some unfortunate circumstances. I think this girl is brilliant. She's so good in the video. There's nothing she can't do. I love her. I root for her. I love her. That's all I have to say. I don't care if it's disrespectful. I don't think she's still with that man, but if she is, shut up and let her get her coin. Let her star in this video. KeKe grew up. KeKe is what, our age, maybe a little younger. She grew up on Usher. Okay? She loves him. Imagine Usher asking you to be in his video and you are playing him and you dancing around and carrying on. What? Dream come true. Good for her. I love it.
The
Everybody
lyrics
else, shut
are,
up.
somebody said that your boyfriend's looking for me. Oh, that's cool. That's cool. Well, he should know I'm pretty easy to find. Just look for me wherever he sees you. Damn! Even down to the lyrics.
I wasn't gonna read the lyrics because I peeped that. I was like, Usher's messy. I said this.
He said, in your head, because I'm not in your bed. You just imagine. Daydreaming about me. Oh, trying to be on your best behavior. Loving on me on the low. The taste of your thoughts. I can't wait until it's over.
Let me tell you something. That baby name is Usher now.
Okay. The baby's father is Usher.
That's it.
That light-skinned baby is Usher and KeKe's.
I'm here for it. I don't know what else to say. This is like Usher and I share the same birthday. This is that's just a beautiful way to tell the boy to shut up. I just love it. I love that for her, especially if they're not together. You have somebody publicly try to shame you and have your name all over the internet for weeks. Watch me get my lick back, King.
What if this is a scheme, though?
You the way Cardi did, talking about Cardi and Offset when that song Rumors came out.
Or Kim Kardashian when her mom pimped her out when she was younger to have sex tapes and made sure they were edited perfectly and set the release date and then act like it was all a lie.
Why did that white woman just catch a stray?
What in the...
Why you
people
being
are devious, demonic, and winning? Seemingly so.
Be the villain. Maybe that's the name of the episode. I don't know. Which one is it?
We cannot do that.
Be the villain? Be the villain is more... We get more clicks if it was Be the Villain. It's more provocative. I think it's Be the Villain. Anywho, last but not least, another white woman catching a stray, but she deserves it. Brittany Mahomes. She irritated me. Do you know who these people are?
I did not know who these people were. I thought that was from like a dating show when you first sent it.
No, girl. So Patrick Mahomes is probably I hate to say this because Jalen Hurts is my guy. Shout out
He's
to
the
the
best
Eagles.
NFL player. He
Relax.
won. Oh,
Relax.
He won
Relax.
for the whatever team.
Relax.
He biracial? That's
Yes.
his problem. Look at him.
Exactly. So, Patty, okay, won the Super Bowl against our Eagles. Okay, he is an amazing quarterback. He won on a busted foot. Whatever. Super likable guy. You know, took a contract that was team friendly. Says all the right things. Biracial, curly haired guy. If you listen to him talk and close your eyes, you would not know that he looks the way he looks, is all I'm going to say. So, his wife, Brittany, they were on a show where you have to, you know, it's like, you and I play this kind of game. Like, what's my favorite this? Like, how well do we know each other? And he said, what is my go-to cheat meal? She said, fried chicken. Listen, let me tell you something. The way I howled at that white woman screaming fried chicken, and then he was like, no. And she was like, chicken fried steak. And I was like, girl. And he was like, Mexican. He was like, Mexican food. Listen.
Ew, it should have been fried chicken. Get your shit together.
Black Twitter, that I was so happy. Black Twitter had me in stitches. They were like, I don't know why, but there's something racist about this. Something feels wrong. Just like, Brittany. Now, I want everybody to do yourselves a favor, all right? Go ahead and Google Brittany Mahomes.
I see.
All right? Go ahead and Google her.
She's a good old white girl.
And she looks just like the type of woman that would scream out fried chicken. That's
like
it right there.
Be able to a little bit of fried chicken.
Girl. Anyway, I just have, it's, this, I don't want to say mean things.
I take that back. That part.
No, she doesn't at all. But I don't want to say mean things about our brethren, about our biracial brethren. But well, listen, it didn't shock me that he didn't look upset. He looked more upset that she didn't know the food. Not that she screamed out fried chicken. It didn't shock me that it didn't seem that he would understand the terrible optics of this. I don't know what's up with Patty.
Not Patty.
Somebody need to sit that man down and just explain some things to him.
That's
explain
a girl.
Some narratives.
They love each other.
They've been together, I think, since college. So
yeah,
shout out to them.
For him. He said, "I think that
it's something about these biracial men. You just never. You either get him or Jesse Williams. It's a spectrum.
Or
and
Drake.
So is Drake. That is an enigma. I don't get Drake because Drake is so corny to me, but the way that women throw panties and bras on the stage and fawn over him, I will never understand. In a million
years.
Talk
you out your panties in a minute.
I just don't think that's true.
No, he's too light skinned. If he was a milk dud and he was who he was, you would be like,
possibly. I don't know. There's something so corny about Drake. Also, did you see that? You know the white girl that does the awkward videos? Did you see that? What's going on with that? She did the video with Drake in bed, where she's like, okay, yeah. I don't know her name.
You want to know how she did that?
Wait, let me finish. She took that video down, and it's rumored that her and her husband are getting a divorce.
Because of that?
I have no idea.
Because why do they need to be in bed?
Because it's supposed to be awkward. I don't know. But all I know is
she paid her listeners. She said, anybody that has contact with a celebrity, I'll pay you $600. So these people, because of the way 6 degrees of separation, got her in contact with the first person. Then she paid and got in contact with Funny Marco, who's the black boy that cracks me up, and they had a really good interaction. Then Drake started following her. And then she slid in his DMs and was like, do you want to do a video with me? He was like, sure. Did a video. Then she got with Lil Yachty. All by her just going to her...
She said she was uncomfortable with her Lil Yachty interview. I knew that was coming.
Because she don't got no business making them fucking Why? What?
No, she's saying her Yachty interview was uncomfortable. It's giving damsel in distress victim.
Why? What did Lil Yachty do?
I have no
I
idea.
can't stomach but two. I
I
really
don't
liked her and
know
Funny
who
Marco.
Little Yachty is, if I'm being honest. I just know that she
He
said
was
that.
who I was calling Little Yaki.
All right, this episode's over. We tried. Listen, we tried with the pop culture, y'all. All right.
I was
We
trying
don't
to
know
pull
these
people
people.
on. I was like, I heard Lil Yaki's new album. She was like, you need a Little Yachty, dumbass. I was like,
I knew it was a Little Yachty. You listened to Little Yachty's album? It was
yeah,
good?
I like his new album. I do. I like it. And
Wow.
I
I
was
think he
being a
just did some
Sagittarius.
problematic shit with Sexy Red. I believe that they asked her what was the most awkward thing or traumatic, what was the craziest thing that ever happened to you, I think they said, and she said she was raped, and they were like, nah, something else. We didn't think he was gonna go there. And they didn't like offer. That's not funny. Please don't laugh. Shanti, take it back. They were like, and she said, "Oh, I was in a shootout." He was like, "Yeah, something more like that." Like they wanted
That's
it to be
not. Wait a minute.
provocative.
You said, did you say the. Go back to the question. They said
I
the most
believe.
traumatic thing
No, I
or
believe.
funny thing?
No, I believe it was crazy. Like you've been in a lot of crazy um, situations. What's your craziest thing that's ever happened to you? Something like
Oh,
that. And they
girl,
were
because.
something provocative. And she
Oh,
was like, "I was
no.
raped before," and
Oh, no.
I guess
All of that is very layered as to why she would offer that as well.
it was really upsetting. But they
Oh,
caught flack for this. Is why not everybody like can do this. It's like somebody says that
we
to us, you
barely.
have to pivot. You have to pivot. You no longer can land the joke that you probably wanted to land or make it provocative or lighthearted. You have to pivot and hold space for that person. People
Not
just
from
can't
somebody
do
named
that.
Lil Yaki.
Well, it was Little Yaki and somebody else. I don't know the other boy, but the other boy was like, "Oh wow, damn." But he came back in. The other boy had some sense about him and was like, also like, "Sorry that happened to you. That's crazy. That's just not what we was looking for." But they kept it in. They kept
This,
that in.
this, what's her name? Little Red. This
I'm
phenomenon with
concerned.
her
I'm
is so
concerned.
strange.
They
It
love her.
really does make me believe some of these conspiracy theories, though.
What? Like what? She's
Why?
going on
Why
tour
are they
with Drake.
pumping that? Why? Why?
Why not? Explain why not.
From what? What has she proved as an artist and as a talent?
Proven.
What has she? What does she have? First of all, I also wanted to say
A
because I have
brown booty
ADHD.
hole.
No, like what? Really? Is that the state of our music? Is
You
you
know-
just need to have one provocative hit wonder? And I mean, even Cardi B and the Queen Megan the Good with WAP. Yeah, you have one
Megan Good,
provocative
wait.
song. What's I saying?
I'm like,
I'm
oh.
97 years old and I should not be talking
I said,
about
why
this.
Megan in
What's
this?
that girl's name? Megan Thee
Megan,
Stallion.
yeah. Go ahead, keep going. I
What
want
did I
you.
call her?
Good.
Megan B. Good? Did I say Megan B. Good?
I don't know if you said the. I think you said Megan Good, but you could have said the. I can't hear because of your
Bro,
fans.
yes. In their marketing strategy, they created WAP. In a lot of their songs, it's provocative. But those women have bars. They have talent. You listen to their records and it's like, okay,
Listen,
they've been working for years at this shit. For years.
They said Sexy Red has been working for years, and they said Sexy Red has an interesting flow, a different flow. She is now doing the rest of the Drake tour. She's the opener. They're co-signing her. They love it. I'm concerned for her. I don't know if she's happy.
Did she have the team? Did she have the people? Like, what in the world? I just want to say, though, Fly and a Boss, the two girls that we love, are going on tour with Janelle Monáe.
Oh.
So that's really wonderful. And maybe they don't deserve it either, because why would I say they deserve it and then I don't say that for her? I'm unwell. I understand. I'm sexist. I'm biased. And I apologize. I see that. It doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense, but
no,
something crotchety in me, like, I don't want to hear that.
With the Booty Hole Brown song.
That's what it is?
They love it.
You have people out here rapping their, spitting that hot shit?
I don't know. I have to be honest. I don't know any other Sexy Red song, so she could be amazing.
Nor do I, so I apologize again.
Well, apologies to Megan the Good. that your name was brought up in this, and little Yaki will do better and get. We need to maybe.
Dead serious. Trying
We
to prove a
gotta
point.
follow the shade
Hype.
room again. We don't know these people's names. I think we're at that point. All right.
All right. See you next week in a couple days.
Bye. We still don't know how to end these episodes.
Oh, 1:30, right on the dot. That was good.
Perfect.
Still
You
very
said
long.
Megan the Good. I want to know if you said that so bad. Did you put the
Hype.
D in there?
I did. And I was hyped. Dead
It said
serious, too.
Cardi B and Megan the Good. Is that the name? What's the name of this episode? What did I say it should be? Not it's all about the narrative. Nobody's
Be
going
a
to
villain. I think that's a very good through line.
be the villain.
What are we talking about for the main topic?
The two different, just
Hot
random
top-
shit.
Do we?
Hot topics. What I'm concerned of. Oh, I got my baboon thing. You go off on yours. I don't care about this Doja Cat thing. I have no idea what that is. So you have to walk me through that. But we have a lot of voicemails.
Okay, good. Because maybe we don't do this one because I don't really. This might not be that
I
important.
think that's a good idea. I like that one more. Well, whatever one you like more. My baboon might slap though. I don't know. You don't seem convinced.
What did you call them last time? Baboon.
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 You like, yeah, I was listening about the baboon. Baboon. I don't know what you said.
Well, I don't know either.
That
I
is a
think I
fancy
probably just had a brain
baboon.
Baboon. The baboon. Baboon. All right, let me get these fucking voicemails ready before I get all frazzled and scared. I'd be so scared. I don't know why. I don't want that to be my update anymore. No, I should say it. All right, you ready?